Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday to you. I hope you are doing well in week 7, and here we are coming into the home stretch. This is actually my second recording of this video this morning. I actually had to stop because the squirrel, the dog, and the cat all started playing while I was talking about flipped classrooms, and there was going to be no way that you were paying attention to me because they were hysterical. So I've tossed them all out of the room and off they go. So I just want to talk to you briefly about flipped classrooms. I really love the idea of flipped classrooms, and I'm sure some of you like it as well, and that you've been watching the videos or that you may already have knowledge about it. So basically, when you're looking at a flipped classroom, you're taking the lesson, what we're doing basically right now, if we were meeting in a traditional classroom, I would be giving you the lesson and the understanding of what I wanted you to kind of have base information before we started working on our homework together in class. So you would watch this video of me talking, and I would go through my lesson and all my concepts and what I wanted you to know. And then when you came back into the traditional classroom with me, we might do something like start working on flipped classroom ideas together. So instead of you doing the work at home on your own, and getting the lesson from me in class, you're getting the lesson at home, and then you're coming to work on the actual work related to whatever the topic is. In this case, it would be flipped classrooms in class with me, where I can therefore facilitate and mentor and be there with you to keep you guided and on track, instead of you trying it on your own and then coming back and me correcting it then. So I do like the idea of flipped classrooms, and because you are ed tech, the thing that we really need to look at with flipped classrooms is the concern here is are they equitable? And therefore, if you're doing flipped classrooms with your students, you're going to have to make sure that pieces are in play so that they can actually view and participate in flipped classroom. And there was somebody in one of my other classes this time around that was talking about when they first started doing flipped classroom, they got kind of some pushback from parents. And I thought that was interesting. I have not had that experience. Most of my parents are like, wow, I love that you have, videos for the kids, and that, and even if a child is absent, then they're not missing the information because they have it right there in the locker on, our school site, so that they can get this information and we can still catch up. So I was kind of surprised when I heard that, but then I started thinking about it in relation to equity and those types of things. And remember that our districts, our schools have a responsibility to make sure that education is equitable. So if there are children that don't have computers in the house or don't have internet to be able to access the things that you want them to access, then you're going to have to figure out, do you have a place at school where this child can do this flipped classroom activity prior to going home? Do they have time at nutrition? Do they have time at lunch? Is there an after-school tutoring program? Is that going to work with the students' parents if they stay for an after-school tutoring program? And especially in high school, we often see students that have to go straight home because they're managing younger siblings when they get out of school until their parents get home from work. So these are all things that you have to take into consideration with your class when you're doing flipped classroom. You also, and flipped classroom can work for any age group, but you are going to have buy-in, and especially if the children are younger, from the parents, and also to make sure that your flipped classroom is an equitable experience for all. Most kids today can even watch, videos on their phones, or have phones where they can watch videos, or share it with a friend and watch a video. But then once again, is that going to take, data that their parents have to pay for? So when you're doing your flipped classroom, you're just going to have to really think in ed tech about, equity, and how you are going to make it equitable for all of your students. So that's basically all I want to talk about flipped classrooms today. I don't want to take a lot of your time this last week, but I am around, and if you need me, please contact me. But I'm really interested in hearing what you think about flipped classrooms or your experiences with flipped classrooms. And if you have any questions or concerns other than what I was talking about related to equity. So I hope you have a wonderful week. If you're in school or teaching summer school, I wish you a great work week. If you are out, I wish you a nice restful week, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.